Happy Friday! What is up? The band's all together. The weekend's here. Trump and Zelensky are going to be breaking bread in a little while. He's going to be going, I would really like for you to give me weapons called tomahawks.
Just eat your bread right now. Eat your bread.
Think he's wearing a tie today?
I bet you he is.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a possibility. Although this one's a little bit more kind of semi-informal, and after the whole Putin thing, you know, although yesterday Putin seemed to kind of get back on his okay list again. We'll see. Going to be meeting in Budapest. Going to Budapest, meet with Orban. He's a good guy. It's fantastic. The way he controls his country and crushes their souls, always good. He's a lucky guy. So we'll see. Is everybody going to be there today? Are they going to surround him again and yell at him? You can tell what kind of mood they're in. Because since the pooter has been on Trump's bad side right now, it is one of those things where, you know, Zelensky, he rose in the rank of how cool we like you.
Yeah, after the old pooter just kind of lied. Just
I know.
Pretended like he was okay, and then I'm going to keep killing
Who would have thought that Pooter would do that? I mean, I
didn't see that coming.
I was shocked. I was like, there's no way. And what I hear is 1.5 million to 2 million conscripts he's trying to bring up. So, you know, I don't know how ready he is to walk away from this, but it's going to be interesting.
And he's still getting money from Europe for energy.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, they need it.
They do.
They do. They need it.
Like, where else are they going to get it?
Yeah, especially because winter's coming. They're going to freeze, and they already have a lot of deaths. The summer's just passed, and they still had a lot of deaths then, too. When they had some heat, you know, that stuck around for a while. They need the help. And like you said, where else are they going to get it? They're not, I mean, it would be great if they had nuclear. Remember, who was it, France that had all the little nuclear plants? I think they had 15 of them, and then they decided, well, we're going to denuclearize because it's bad for whatever reason, which it's not. And then that's when they invaded, and the next day they're like, maybe we should keep these online. It might have been Germany. Maybe we should keep these for a little while, just in case. So it's going to be an interesting thing. We'll see how they go. But I think yesterday, 2 hours they were on the phone, and he did tell the pooter, I guess, hey, we were thinking about giving him tomahawks. That way they can reach you. That's the big thing right there. They can reach you. And if we're giving them to, it's not so they can shoot you inside of their country.
No. That would be in Russia.
Yes.
And you won't see them coming.
No. And you have nothing right now that can stop it. Based on all the stuff we've seen of yours, you've got nothing that can stop this. Because you didn't even stop their drones when they rolled on in. So this will be, again, how Trump says next 2 weeks they're going to meet. That'll be cool. I mean, ride this thing.
A Tomahawk with a conventional payload has a range of 995 miles.
Yeah.
So that puts a lot of Russia in terms of the infrastructure that they're using for their supply lines. Mm-hmm. That could turn the tide.
That could absolutely turn the tide. Because what was happening in Russia, so when I talked to my buddy Mike Lyons this week, so he's our military guy, and he and I were chatting, he said, the Russia thing's kind of like the Israel thing. The people are kind of over it. They're ready for this thing to be over. The powers that be inside of the military and his cabinet want to keep it going. So it's a weird kind of thing. And with, it's not like it was when, I mean, the thing that really brought the Afghan war to the end when the Soviets were fighting them, it was the moms. The moms got sick and tired of seeing, all that came home was body bags after body bag after body bag. And they had enough, and it started to build up. They were going broke, and they were dying at a massive the pace of which they were dying was tremendous. And the pressure was on there that this was never going to be a win for them. Here, I don't even think they're coming home. Their kids just gone. So I think they're tired, and I think if the pressure continues to come from the inside, I think he's going to hold court. But he's got to make sure it's a win. At the end of the day, if you're the Pooter, you got to make sure it's a win.
Yeah, he's not just to his people, but he's getting pressure from Xi, too.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the minute he becomes an anchor rather than an oar, you're in trouble.
Yes, sir.
You're absolutely in trouble. So, and right now, look, as long as he's annoying to us and we have to deal with it, Xi likes that.
Yes, he does.
You know, Xi loves the fact that he can look over there and realize that we're having to focus and spend money and watch Europe kind of go sideways. He's good with that because he doesn't have to do anything. He sells him some weapons, gets some oil. It's nothing spectacular. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to give him anything. Maybe he tells, hey, little fat rocket guy, send some people over there so they could go to the meat grinder. But he's not. There is no cost for him right now.
They don't want to fight, though. They find porn, and they're like, I'm not going home.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
They literally have more exposure to the outside world going to war than they ever would inside their own country.
Their last few days of life, they will realize how sheltered they are, and it sucks when you start to realize how bad things were where you are, and now that you have a little freedom that you're going to be fed to the meat grinder. That's got to suck. Got to suck. A lot of stuff to get to today. Some Venezuela. Talk about the government shutdown. Ace Frehley died.
Yep.
What did he die of? Do we know?
He fell in his studio, apparently.
It was a while ago, right?
No, it was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But hit his head. And I guess, Bill, was he on the life support since then?
It caused a brain bleed, and that is eventually what killed him was the bleeding inside of his brain.
I saw a lot of people who are like big music, like Bell. Nobody's like Bell, right? He's the dictionary. He's the he's the Bell. What do we call him?
Beltanica.
Beltanica. When it comes to music, that they weren't close anymore, were they?
Who?
The Ace with still they hadn't really made up.
With Kiss?
No,
Yeah.
they always had an on again, off again relationship, even when he was in the band. But Gene Simmons had talked to him a few months ago, and he, they fought because they could.
Yeah.
Ace was never fired either. He quit both times that he left the band. They didn't want to get along.
No. Well,
they didn't hate each other. They just weren't like super tight.
And you know this as much as anything. The world of music clashing with that, bands that are super harmonious, they don't do a lot of times great things. Bands that clash.
Yeah. That conflict of personality brings all the good elements to the top.
Yeah. So, but I didn't, because I knew a bit of the story, but it was a lot of people I saw today who were like, yeah, you guys are all coming out and saying stuff about how good he was and he was our pal and he was our friend. But you guys, you didn't say anything for years. And I was like, I thought they kind of made up. It's not like Journey, right?
No, this wasn't like Journey.
You think if something happened, God forbid that something happened to Neil Schon or Steve Perry, do you think either one of them, they would have to release something?
Yeah, they'd say something, but I mean,
right?
Well, would it mean anything? I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, it's like Ken said, it's a portion of your life that our childhood and stuff that's gone.
Not only that, they were extraordinarily unique in the sense that what they did in terms of hiding their identities and having these alter egos, if they had been 5 years earlier, the music wouldn't have been accepted. And if they had been 10 years later, the paparazzi would have killed their gimmick inside of a week. So they kind of hit that sweet spot where they were able to develop that sense of uniqueness. And he as a player, he was a sloppy player. He just was he was not that technically good, but he had a sound and a swagger in his playing that gave them a uniqueness that they got from nobody else.
Yeah. Kiss has its own sound. Definitely. I mean, a Kiss song whenever you hear the riff.
Yeah. When you hear Lick
and
It
then
Up,
Paul Stanley. Going back to what we were talking about, I mean, I was never a huge Kiss fan but they were just they were always there. They were part of my life whenever I was a kid, when everything was just great, man.
Yeah. It was like Evel Knievel.
Yeah.
Part of my life, man.
Yes.
Evel Knievel was a big part of my life as a child.
Well, and they as a band were at one point were the biggest band on the planet.
And then, whenever I changed my mind about Kiss is that movie in the 90s that came out,
Detroit Rock
Dazed
City.
and Confused.
Oh, Dazed and Confused, yeah.
I freaking love that movie, man. That movie was exactly what it was like whenever I was growing up in Texas around high schoolers at the time, man. There were always high school kids. I mean, us middle schoolers, we loved the high schoolers.
Yeah. Well, they
and
were
we
cool.
just hang out around.
They were just cooler.
Yeah.
It's like, and that was, they were like, oh my, so-and-so said hi to me.
Yeah.
That guy's pretty cool. You know who that is? That's someone, like, they were mini influencers, and there was a coolness about them.
Hey, look, they gave us a beer, man.
Uh-oh. Wow. That's why that Reverend told you that time you were going to go to heaven.
Right.
I actually met Ace one time when he was on his first club tour for his second solo album. And it was still, he was way beyond his peak of success, but it was still the coolest thing in the world to look at that face and go, that's the guy that was underneath the space makeup.
That's, yeah. That's, well, because it's a part of your childhood. That's a big part of it.
Absolutely, man.
Man, memories. That's why I tell everybody, when you see all these people in Hollywood, we've had these meetings with some of these Hollywood producers and stuff. I'm like, you guys don't even get the fact. When you mess with people's memories, their childhood, because you want to make something woke or you want to do this, when you do that, you're not, and by the way, gay or straight, doesn't even matter at that point in time. Because gay people like Star Wars too.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And you're messing with memories in childhood.
Along those lines, when they did the reunion tour, Gene and Paul brought him and Peter back both as employees. They were just paid salaries. But Paul made a comment about how they had to build a show that was what people thought they remembered.
Yeah.
Because if you go back and you look at something like the Destroyer stage on the Destroyer album tour, I think it was tiny compared to what people play on today. So he was like, we have to bring out what they thought they saw.
You
not
have
what
to bring
they
the
actually
legend.
saw.
Yeah. It's like I flip around and I for whatever reason, I have this on one of my TikToks. I get these old, like the other night I had Casey and the Sunshine Band, and I'm watching him.
Awesome.
And he goes 350 now.
Yeah.
Tries to dance around.
Does he really?
Oh, man. He's all belly. Yeah, he's all belly. Right? And he does, and you can see when he'll start spinning a couple times and he'll dance and he's like, everybody wants.
Do a little dance.
A very little dance.
Get down tonight.
Oh, and
sit down tonight.
Yeah, and it's the same. Maybe lay down. But and the same thing is with Loverboy.
Yeah, Mike has put on a few pounds.
Mike doesn't even care anymore, right?
Well, he kind of went up and down anyway, didn't he?
Yeah, he was never he got in those pants one time.
I will say, though, it doesn't seem to affect his voice quite as much as it does other people.
No, because when you listen to Casey, you're like, it doesn't sound like Casey. It kind of looks like him, but sounds like a guy's wearing a Casey. Looks like a guy's wearing a Casey meat suit.
Yeah,
like an Egger suit. Oh, goodness me. Coming up, a lot of stuff to get to. More in Venezuela. We've got Bolton, not Michael. Nope. John got indicted today. This is different than the other two. We'll talk a bit about that, among other things. Good stuff as well. Well, finally, Friday Sounds coming up as well. It is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Yeah, baby. I saw they indicted him.
Old JB.
Old JB. This one's different. The other two, yeah, that's pretty lawfare-ish.
How low down do you have to be to indict a man with brain tumor?
So you got a brain tumor?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Michael Bolton.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, man. Michael Bolton. That'd be mean, too, though, if you did that to Michael. How's he doing, by the way?
I don't know. I haven't heard
I know
much
he wasn't
about
doing very well.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so, but John Bolton's different because the other two, nobody wanted to prosecute those. They said, look, we're not going to get anything. There's no proof on one, little proof, if any, on the other. Getting a prosecution is going to be, but Trump wanted it, so he got it. This is different. Because is there a bit of lawfare? Of course. But the reality is there's some issues here with Iran, with potential hackers. He shows some stuff to his wife and his daughter. So are there some issues here? Absolutely. One of the reasons, though, they said that Biden decided not to continue, because they were looking at him too, is because some of the stuff that they're talking about is how we got information from certain people that maybe the world doesn't need to hear how we got that information, if we know what I mean. Meaning maybe we extracted some things that aren't legal to extract the way that we did. We didn't hand somebody in Coke and go, we should really be friends. How you feeling today? It was more like, check this out. That's a car battery. That's water.
And this is what happens when we put you in between the two.
And you've got no shirt on, and I have these things I'm going to attach to your nipply-doos.
Apparently, Bolton's defense is going to be he can't go to jail. He has bombs to drop.
That's right. Well, I said yesterday, when he dies, he wants to be fired off in a bomb.
Nipply-doos.
The last thing he wants to do is explode over somebody's house.
The nipply-doos. That's right.
I'll tell you anything you need to know.
Don't. That's what's going to happen.
Is that a brand new car battery?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, is it different? Yes, it's different. I mean, you know, people will argue the same thing about Trump, which is totally understandable. And look, Trump, he brought a lot of that stuff on himself. He could have just turned this stuff over. It is what it is. I think, though, there's more here with Bolton, but the information he knows, the fear of that coming out in court may cause them overall to say, yeah, I don't know if we want that. I don't know if that's something, you know, because you don't really want to be telling people the stuff we're doing with the nipply-doos. Which by the way, it's all been proven. None of it works. None of it works. We still try it. Right now, I guarantee you there's somebody somewhere in the Middle East, it's in the bottom of a basement.
Standing in a bucket of water.
And it's cold AF, and they've got themselves a brand new ever-ready battery.
Yep.
Right? And that little rabbit's going around in circles. The Energizer Bunny, and they're getting ready to fire somebody up.
If you don't tell me what I want to know, we're going to torture you to the point where you will make something up just to get me to stop.
And that's what ends up happening.
Look, boys, there's Zelensky.
Oh, there he is.
And is he wearing a tie? I can't tell.
No, he's all dressed up, though. He's not wearing the green outfit.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I think the other thing, when Zelensky came last time, and he likes to wear those medium shirts. He does do a workout every now and then.
Hey, looks nice.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Trump's got his purple tie on today.
Come on in.
It's going to be great. You want to see what the ballroom looks like?
You know what? I don't know if I've ever seen Trump wear a purple tie.
I've never seen that
Usually
either.
he wears a red tie.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's the first time. I can't remember. It's always a red tie. That was like a weird purpley pink. Mauve? Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Mauve. It was very marvelous. So Zelensky is here, and Trump's like, I'm surprised he didn't have the tomahawks out on the lawn.
You know, that would have sent a message to Putin.
Yeah. I told the Pooter we were going to give you, but we're throwing one of these in for like a bonus. You're going to like this. Look at this thing. This is going to be great.
There's a lot more where this came from, Pooter.
We've had more of these, but they're currently in the Caribbean.
What was it he made Putin walk through last time when he came to Alaska? Was it F-35?
Yeah, he had all the brand new Raptors or whatever out there.
Yeah, and then he had 3 stealth bombers fly over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Pooter still said, went back and started bombing. He thought, I was listening to Martha Raddatz talk about it. He really thought that the relationship they had was going to help this thing be easier. And, but who knows? Fool him once, shame on, him. Fool him twice.
Yeah, but Bush fell for the same crap.
Everybody falls. Yeah, at some point in time. We look at people different. We want to think that they're going to do the right thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Putin is probably a sociopath.
Oh, yeah. He would have easily been a serial killer. He would have been.
Well, instead, he turned into a mass murderer.
Yeah, he didn't have to.
Exactly.
He got to have all the. He's one of those guys where, like, you go back and look at the old Nazi stuff where you got Herman, not Herman Goering, but you got Himmler, and they were all terrified. They made him sick to see the sight of blood. Pooter's totally fine with it. Totally. All right, coming up, we'll talk a little bit more about this. We got some Finally Friday sounds coming up this hour as well. And maybe some Venezuela, government shutdown. We're doing it all today. It's Happy Friday. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk, 997. Somebody said, you guys should play that moderately successful Ace Frehley song.
Actually, his album sold the best of the four.
It was pretty funny. Moderately. Well, but it's not like they all sold like gangbusters, you know?
No, they actually had a huge amount of returns on those.
Well, yeah, but they're, yeah.
I like New York Groove.
New York Groove.
I'm back in the New York Groove.
Yeah. All I know
Who
is
does that?
They did
That's
a
Ace
disco album.
Frehley.
I should probably keep it that way.
Yeah. Oh, see the attitude, man. Long hair.
Look at him, man. Now that we give him the crown of
Beltanica.
Beltanica of music, he's dissing us.
What is that about, man? Next thing you know, you say, I can't sing like old Casey from the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
You know who
Yeah.
else is weird? Have you ever seen Frankie Valli? I don't even think it's real. I think it's like a wood statue that rolls out there.
Oh, man.
And it sounds like him, but I'm like, his lips aren't moving. That's probably from all of the. He's had some work done. If you've not seen him, he's like, I'd like to look like I'm 17 again.
Looks like a cast member of the Housewives on Bravo. All of them got big fat lips and big fat eyes.
I know. Sometimes it's like what they look like they had an allergic reaction to something. Like, did you get stung by some sort of poisonous bee? Like a super poisonous bee that we've never even heard of. Hey guys, how are you? Was it Janet from the Muppets? Remember?
I think so.
Hi guys, how are you? What's going on? Oh, that's really good. I can't blink.
I should get Botox.
I can't make facial expressions.
I know.
I have
always look surprised. I'm not scared.
Oh.
Goodness me, yeah. Zelensky did wear a tie. He's going all black. So that you guys know, he's sitting there. He's in all black. He's what the kids would say. He's murdered out. His drip is on point.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, he's 6'7".
That's right.
So that, by the way, we were talking about the other day. If you guys know what 6'7" is, you probably heard your kids, your grandkids said it, and you have no idea what it is. Nobody knows because it means whatever they want to mean. Even my little daughter the other day, I was saying, well, over here it's 6, and she goes, looks at me, she goes, 7, and then you move your hands up and down, and people get super excited.
It's almost like you're going either or.
Yeah, it apparently was in a song. Was it Skrilla? He did a song and apparently was in there, and then it found out it's something else. This lingo that the kids mean. You know, when we were kids, and I was explaining this to my kids, our the stuff that we said, it had a meaning. We could define it. If you said something was rad, you knew what it was.
Right.
I knew what rad was. I knew what cool was. The 60s, they knew what groovy was. 6'7" is like whatever you want it to mean. Well, that's stupid.
Yes.
It could be bad. 6'7". Ooh. Yes, I saw Casey and Sunshine Band. There's two of him. He starts singing and something pops out. He's like, everybody wants you. Goes back in. Everybody.
Oh.
He dances, though.
That's way to go, Casey.
Man, he's got the flower shirts on. Looks like a giant garden's dancing right in front of you. Oh, look at Trump. He managed to find the hottest chick in there to ask a question. No, not you, the ugly one, the chick in the red. Who also looks like she's had some work done. It's not very nice. I'm just being honest. Zelensky's in town. Several people pointed out, you know what? He wore a yellow tie a couple times.
Trump did?
Yeah. No matter what Trump does, or any president from here on out, they will never, ever have to be reminded about the beige suit. Do you remember when Obama wore the beige tan suit? That was not a good look.
Can't do that. Got to be blue.
No, you got it, yeah. Blue or black. Got to be blue. That's one reason.
Navy blue.
I couldn't wear a tie all the time. I couldn't. There's just no way. No way at all. Tonight, by the way, arguably the most famous person on earth, the three most famous people on earth, Trump, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Lionel Messi. And I knew Leo was here this morning. Early, I got a text, but when I left my house, the hotel had 10 people out front wearing Argentina jerseys.
Really?
Yeah. So,
all right.
Yeah, I wonder, we're going to find out later what tickets cost. Because would you say, Ken, you're going to go over and try to give people chickens and eggs to get in?
Yeah, I was going to see if they'd trade for some eggs and a loaf of bread.
That's so expensive, a loaf of bread. Oh, it is so expensive.
She lays giant eggs, trust me. Yeah, does that happen in soccer, Brother Chad? Like the bigger the star, the more expensive it gets?
Oh, yeah. Tonight, it could be super expensive. So, I mean, it's one of those things. They've surge pricing, but you guys also remember, it's hard to say, do you have surge pricing or everybody bought those tickets and they're on the secondary market, so you're already paying a price for them. But there's no doubt that a normal Nashville, to go see a game tonight, if it was just if the Galaxy was in town, you're not paying anything close to what you're paying to see Messi.
So he's the best player in the world, right?
Yeah. He may be. People ask me who I think the greatest player of all time is. Messi's probably number one. There was another Ronaldo was, I think, the greatest player, but he could never stay healthy. They called him R9. R7 is close to being the greatest. But yeah, Messi would be the greatest. You know the funny thing, though? Messi, as great as he is, as amazing as he is, even in Argentina, as a god like he is, he's still not Diego Maradona, who was their other superstar who passed away a few years ago. And he was also short. Diego lived a different life, though, than everybody else. Just to put it that way. Player like you could not believe. But Diego liked cocaine and women.
I was going to say, did he have Babe Ruth syndrome?
He did. He played in the 94 World Cup, and what'd they do? They asked him to leave because of all the steroids he was on. But he was a player that was just otherworldly. At a time when you could, he would kill it in today's world because you can't touch the players. Back then, they tried to break his legs all the time.
Who was the player that got left $1 billion or whatever from the billionaire?
Neymar.
Yeah, so where does he rank?
Neymar was probably should have been a top 10 player, but probably top 50 or 100 because he had so many injuries. You know, the R9 was this guy from Brazil, this kid who he won a World Cup in 94 at 16. He was on the team, even though he didn't play. And then he dominated for years, but his knees were so beat up because everybody just tried to hurt him. That's all they tried to do. You watch the games. At times, they're not even trying to get the ball. Ball go by, and they're trying to break his legs.
Man.
And you hear the greatest players in the world say, yeah, it was the only time I couldn't sleep the night before because I knew he was going to embarrass me. I was going to be thank God there's no social media back then, I would have been a meme. I would have been a meme. So yeah, Nashville. I wonder what tonight's game is going to cost for Inter Miami. Let's see the tickets right now. So if you go to Ticketmaster, what is it called? Gettys Park?
Yes.
Geodis.
I'm sorry, Geodis, yeah.
So you didn't even know either.
I know.
Yeah, if you can get tickets. So cheap seats are costing you $100. If you want to get close to anywhere, you're going to be, you're spending big bucks, which is not bad. I'll spend some big bucks. It's one of those things where if my kid loves soccer, I would take him.
Yeah, just to see
Messi. Just to say you saw him. Like, this is the play. Like, I tell everybody, you don't like baseball. I get it. Shohei Ohtani, just watch him.
Yeah.
He's what Babe Ruth wished he was. A guy, he's 6'6", throws the ball 100 miles an hour and hits the ball further than any human being on the planet. He's the best pitcher and hitter.
He's the best player there is.
Yeah, he is. He is. What do I think about Pele? Pele was amazing. Pele was the first superstar of superstars. Pele never played in Europe. That was always the big thing. But he did play here for the New York Cosmos.
Well, and his fame sort of helped explode what soccer was around the world.
Yeah, because Brazil wasn't Jogo Bonito. That's the beautiful game. That's the game where they all grew up playing, where, soccer now is so kind of boring in the sense that it's just everybody plays quadrants and they have their roles, where Brazil was famous for, hey, you know what? The ball's on the field. Let's just all run around and do cool things with it. And that's why they were awesome. So, but Messi is he's otherworldly. He is. You watch him, and the size that he is, all the things that he has done, and it's crazy. It is. And Ronaldo, by the way, this is how strong and powerful he is. Ronaldo gets to live in Saudi Arabia with his girlfriend who lives there, and nobody says anything. Where you can't even show affection with your wife outside. And he gets to live with his girlfriend. Other players have to live in Qatar or other places and flying in for practices and games.
You can't show your affection to your wife, otherwise they'll chop her head off for
That's
adultery.
Right. Well, yeah, for trying to seduce the other men. I saw her ankle.
She's got to go.
She wanted me. She totally did. She wanted me. She wanted me, but I said no because that's the kind of person I am. I'm a no-so. So, who are you fighting with? Somebody who's mad that I said something about Bolton? Oh, I saw that. I saw Bell text somebody, you stop being butthurt.
No, I just said they were looking for an excuse to be butthurt. Yeah. Because they were saying that you were implying the only reason Bolton was indicted was just because of lawfare. And him and Letitia James. And I said, nobody said just.
Yeah. No. I mean, is there a reason for him? You could make an argument, but at the same time, the other two, there's no reason. They went after Trump, which they should never have done. But at the same time, Trump's going after them, and I don't think they're going to win any of those cases. But I think the Bolton case, they may have a chance. I do. But yeah, to say that there's not lawfare, that'd be foolish. Of course there is. Everybody's doing it now. It's the thing to do. And the feds love it, apparently. All right, coming up, we got so much other stuff to get to today. I mean, I got a fun stuff. I got crazy stuff. I got serious stuff, too. We'll do some serious stuff. Not now, though. Later on. Not right now. We'll do some other stuff straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
They can be triggered by stress, by memories, even by injury, says psychologist Patrick Porter.
I had a concussion in high school, and there was a song, Rapper's Delight.
I said a hip, hop, the hip it.
Even though I hated it, my brain encoded it.
His advice for breaking the encoding of a song?
Visualize the stop sign when it plays. Stop giving it energy, stop giving it life, and then play something different.
The beat.
For some, listening to the entire bothersome song can kill the
earworm. You know what else does it? Facts of life. You listen to a song, you can't get it out of your mind, start singing, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life.
Yeah, but then you get that stuck in your head.
No,
and that's
you don't.
Worse.
That's easy to compartmentalize. It's like one of those things where in case of emergency brake, but then you could put it back in. Right? It's like a defibrillator. You don't throw the defibrillator away. You put it back in the little thing. It's that kind of thing. And it's the facts of life. Mrs. Garrett. Mrs. Garrett! Oh! Earworms, they're everywhere. That's what you want. I don't know why you'd want to get rid of an earworm, though. That was my thing. I mean, not like a real earworm, but I wonder why you'd want to get rid, if you really like a song, you don't want to get rid of it. Everybody's got that one song that no matter how many times they hear it, they still love it.
Oh, I got plenty of those.
What's your one song? If you had to live with a song for the rest of your life, that's it. You get one song.
That's an impossible question.
It's not.
It's not a fair question.
God.
I can narrow it down to a group, but not.
Okay, what's your one group?
ABBA.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's a solid group, though. What about you, Ken? You're stuck on an island. They say you get to take an album.
I can take an album or a group.
Yeah, you can take the whole catalog of one group.
The whole catalog of one group? Right now, I got to say Marshall Tucker Band.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
I just love those boys.
I'm going with Queen.
That's a pretty solid choice.
That is pretty solid. Queen's coming with me. So, not the Beatles, because we know how I feel about them. But Queen is...
And with Queen, their music was just covered so many different varieties of styles.
Yeah.
You can find anything you
The
want.
other band would be AC/DC.
Yes, sir. Back in Black.
Yeah, absolutely. I could listen to that all day long. 100%. I mean, that's just... Or, actually, The Clash. Love The Clash. Love The Clash. But, no, it would definitely be Queen. Because like Bell said, the breadth of what their music did, how wide it was, from opera to rock, sometimes in the same song. Yeah, it was awesome. All right, coming up, hour number 2 of the program. Government shutdown in full effect. Tomorrow is No King's Day. Who's excited for that? We've got one here. I wonder how many people are going to show up. I went to the last one. Remember, nobody would talk to me. So, but a bunch of other stuff to talk about. We apparently have 2 people that we blew out of a boat in captivity. We'll talk about that as well. It is Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997.